So it is that time to kind of check in on the status of the Kings with the loss. With the loss yesterday and Memphis' win, the Kings still they're in third, in a game back of Memphis, 4.5 back of Denver. I think that's getting a little bit more unreachable, but still possible. And again, Jay, the whole key is to be within one of Denver going into game 82 because they could be the one seed if they won that 82nd game.
They could, but that's going to be difficult.
It's going to be really difficult. And I think the same could be said for the people that got nervous last night that, oh, no, the Kings lost. Phoenix can catch them. Can they? Yes. I think it's going to be really difficult for Phoenix. They are 5 back of the Sacramento Kings.
And when is Durant supposed to be back? We haven't had an update on that status, have we?
But the two, I think he was supposed to be reevaluated in like probably around now. And
okay.
Obviously the Kings play him Friday, so they're going to see him both times without him. And they were one of the other teams that could get to 50 wins, but their most recent loss will keep them from getting to 50 wins. So with all that said, let's give you, I'm going to go through each team that they're kind of in the race with here and give you the magic numbers for the Kings in this situation. You let that one slide? If I say it a second time, I don't know if I will. Here are the magic numbers.
These magic I told you last time. I'm just kidding. Go through them.
I'm going to work from the teams below them and beyond. So the Phoenix Suns, here's the best way to do it. And hopefully, I know this is through radio. I'm explaining it the best way I possibly can. What you need to do is I'll take Phoenix Suns record. They're 38-33. The most amount of wins the Phoenix Suns can get to is 49. That's them winning out. So we're going to give them a win out to get them to 49. What would the Kings have to do to surpass 49? 7 more wins. The Kings are at 43. Magic number, therefore, is 7. What does that mean for the Kings and the Phoenix Suns? Any combination of a Kings win or a Suns loss, that number drops. If it's just a Kings win like tonight, that magic number with them and the Suns is 6. If the Suns were to play and to lose as well, it would drop to 5. Hopefully that makes it clear. But that's the team that's the closest to the Kings behind them. It gets better with the Clippers. The Clippers have a 38-34 record. Same amount of wins as the Suns. They've played one more game. The most amount of wins they can get to would be 48. The magic number here, though, is 5, just because the Kings already have the tiebreaker on them. So they're in great position between them and the Clippers. Now you go down the list. I'm going to just kind of have some repeat teams here. Golden State, Dallas, OKC, and Utah. All the magic numbers on them is 4.
So again, any combination of 4 Kings wins
or any of those teams losing 4 times,
so
that team's
if the
eliminated
Kings
from the
go
Kings.
3-1 and the Warriors go
one game, the Warriors can't catch the Kings.
There you go.
That's it. And for example, just on that, for tonight, the Kings play. The best way to help your magic number is to win, but
it automatically drops 1 every win. Correct?
Yeah. Yes. But the Kings are going to game tonight on either the Thunder or the Clippers. They play each other. Someone's losing.
Right.
Newsflash. One of them will lose. So you're going to gain a game on one of those 2 teams. So the magic number being 4 is Golden State, Dallas, OKC, and Utah. And what's weird about that is Utah, the magic number is actually 4, and they're currently in 10th. It's because they've played less games of a team like Minnesota, who's ahead of them, but the magic number on the T-Wolves is 3 because they've played more games. The most amount of games that the Timberwolves can win is 45. Kings are already at 43. Magic number with the T-Wolves is 3. Magic number with the Lakers is 3 as well. So
you forgot a team.
Who's that?
Don't forget the Pelicans.
Oh, the Pelican. You know what? I didn't.
Mathematically.
You know what? I think I wrote that down wrong. Let me do this really fast. They're 34-37. So the most wins they can get to as well is 45. So that magic number is 3 as well.
Wow. You messed up on the rundown.
I did. I put it at 2.
Wow. Unbelievable.
The magic
pay
number.
Attention, bro.
Here's another one for you. Portland. They're 31-40. The most wins Portland can get to is 42. Kings have 43.
So their magic number is 0.
Portland has been eliminated from catching the Kings. Spurs are eliminated from catching the Kings.
Really?
Rockets are eliminated from catching the Kings. It's gonna drop drastically here each and every day. And I think the most important part for the Kings is to secure a top 4 that gets you home court. I think top 3 is almost in, like, it's not a lock, but it's looking really,
it looks really good. The Kings would have to fall off a cliff,
Yeah.
and Phoenix would have to just go on a run.
Yep. And look, you play Phoenix Friday. If you could just win that game this week, you chop 2 off right there. You beat them, they get a loss.
Realistically, if the Kings win tonight, when does Phoenix play tonight?
Phoenix did not play tonight.
Who do they play tomorrow then, right?
Let me see.
They have to play Wednesday.
Phoenix doesn't play tonight. Oh, hopefully they play Thursday right before the Kings. They play the Lakers on Wednesday.
So realistically,
So they're gaining on teams there.
So realistically, if the Kings win tonight and Phoenix loses against the Lakers, and then the Kings beat Phoenix, that number drops from 7 to 3.
Correct.
That would make
on
it
Phoenix.
Correct, on Phoenix, which is the next closest team to the Kings.
Yeah, it would be over.
It would be a wrap.
Yeah. 3 Suns losses after that, 3 Kings wins. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just makes these we talked about it top of the month. It's just so weird to be paying attention to this type of stuff at the end of March.
Yeah. And then again, now you get to the bottom part of the standings where you go, okay, like last night was a good case in point. Utah was out of the mix. It was just one win.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers didn't play. They leapfrogged them. This is going to constantly change. And I think the Clippers it's not a ton of separation. They're at 38 and 34 and the Suns at 38 and 33. I still think they're going to kind of stay up there. But from the Warriors on down, this is going to juggle, and I still think New Orleans is in it. I don't think Portland's catching. Do you?
No, Portland's done. I mean, Portland's already talking about shutting Dame down for the last 10 or so games.
They've lost 6 in a row.
And Dame's the ultimate competitor, and he's like, I want to play. My heart isn't playing, but I also understand it might not be a reason to play at this point.
Yeah.
And, I get it. What a disappointment the Blazers were.
Yeah.
Also not shocked.
Not at all.
I really had them as a fringe play-in team this year, and I've always picked against the Blazers, and it's bit me in the butt several times. But I looked at how they revamped that roster, and I'm just like, they're better.
Yep.
But getting better was you go from being really crappy to just, Yeah. You're better, right? You went from an F to a D. You're better, but you still suck.
You've changed what most people do is you've moved on from Terry Stotts, who was very successful. Now they didn't win the ultimate prize, but now you've gone to Chauncey, and I'm not saying it's all him, but now it makes you question, is it him?
You have a lot of guys in that organization, both players and front office, that have backed Chauncey Billups. He'll be back next year. That's not a thing.
Probably the last run, though.
Oh, that for sure. But the thing that always got me was, Portland's defense. We talk about how bad the Kings have been over the last several years. Portland ain't been a whole lot better.
Right.
And a lot of that was put on Terry Stotts. And Chauncey Billups was brought in to fix the defense. Spoiler. He hasn't fixed the defense. No. Other spoiler. You need defenders to fix defense.
Yeah.
A coach just isn't going to just flip that.
Yeah, and then they thought, they added Thibault, which everybody went nuts here. Like, oh, man, what's this going to do for Portland? Nothing.
Nothing. I thought getting off Josh Hart and bringing in Reddish and Thibault at best was a lateral move.
Right.
Because Josh Hart's been great with the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good last year at the Blazers. I thought it was a lateral move, and it kind of proved I'm not saying that move is what's made them worse, but it just didn't do anything.
Yeah. So they're struggling. They're scuffling. Kings had the loss last night, but still in really good position as we broke down those numbers for you. And tonight, if you're looking at it around the league, obviously the Kings can change the magic number by 1 if they beat Boston. They get that on everybody. Thunder play the Clippers. They're going to gain 1 there, and they have a chance to gain 1 on the Pelicans. The Spurs play them. Obviously, we mentioned the Spurs are already eliminated, but if the Spurs beat the Pelicans, that helps there as well. So things still going well for the Kings in Kingsland. How about who's hot, who's not? We've got that. We've got a 3 in the key for tonight, and we'll recap last night's 3 in the key. That's coming up as we continue here on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.